Hello and welcome to our Tapellini class. Today we're going to wait for More Yoga to give me the go ahead. We have Sandy in the control panels, and More Yoga Wellness TV is sponsoring this presentation. And today we are the first time transmitting in their YouTube channel. So, hello to all the YouTubers from More Yoga Wellness TV. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Let's wait. I think we're ready. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Sandy. And let's start. Let me just double check. Yes, all good. Sending you live now. Brilliant. And we're live. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, More Yoga Wellness TV. Thank you so much, Sandy, in the control panel. Thank you so much, you that make this presentation possible. And now that we are giving thanks, why not even to the universe for all this energy and love and healing potential that we can awaken in ourselves today. My name is Eduardo Emeris, and I am a survivor. I'm a healer, and I am someone who is determined to transition from one state of difficulty and pain and illness and darkness into light, into health, into wellness. And I'm here to share with you this experience. I've been learning for many years how to heal myself from childhood trauma, sexual abuse, into many situations of very ill mental health, like depression, anxiety, even paranoia and schizophrenia at some level. I mean, not wanting to be part of this world. This is all the things that I've had to heal in order to be able to transcend my chronic pain. Because obviously, I don't know if you connect the two of these energies, the chronic pain and the emotional pain, and how we can allow ourselves to experience certain processes, so like illness and chronic pain, in order to be able to jump outside the constrictions and limitations of our own traumas and self beliefs. This is the basics of what I believe humans now are ready to do, which is finding the balance and the autonomy to take charge of what you can do and how you can do it, finding your own answers, finding your own processes, your own finding your own healing techniques, finding your own I don't know, like ingredients of your healing process, your journey, to make sure that you arrive to the destination that you know you are destined to arrive to. And that is pretty much it. However, when we have chronic pain, we feel limited, we feel constricted by this pain, by this limitation, and can be all kinds of chronic pain. It can be a diagnosis. Somebody could have given you a cancer diagnosis, or a fibromyalgia diagnosis, or diabetes diagnosis, and you believe that is your new reality, that is who you are right now, and the only thing that you can do is manage the pain with the painkillers, trying to avoid as much as possible feeling so bad, because it can be overwhelming, and we know it. I know it. I got to a point of suicidal thoughts when it's so much, it's so difficult, that the only way out that you can see in front of you, it's simply not being here, because there is nothing else that we've been told, or we've been shared, or we've been given as an alternative to the pain. And and that is kind of quite difficult, because the only thing that we are taught to do is kill the pain. Kill the pain, avoid the pain, extract the pain, and get rid of it, because there is nothing useful, nothing good about it. And that is exactly what is making you so unhappy, and it's killing you. And that's where I differ. I totally believe that pain has huge amount of value, and that we need to be able to stop wanting to reject it and sit with it and learn from it, and get into a process of learning, accepting, and then allowing it to shape your life, shape yourself, shape your strength. Begin to realize that you are becoming someone else, and get to a point where you are so grateful, so in love to the change that has been created by this pain, that there is nothing more than love, compassion, and appreciation for the process that you went through. And that's when, in at least in my journey, you reach the point of healing. Suddenly the pain disappears, suddenly, from one day to the other. And that could be, my mom said, don't say magical because it's not magical, say mystical. And I think she's right, like always. This it becomes a mystical experience, where you realize your own transition and your own power by loving and accepting every single part of you, even the ones that are hurting you, not even more, the ones that are hurting you, the pain and the uncomfort and all the changes that suddenly seem to be destroying your life, when in reality they are shaping the new one. And this is something that feels very alien to most of us. At least it was to me. That's how, I mean, for me, to many years ago, when I was first diagnosed HIV positive, uh, I that was kind of the cherry on top of the cake, because by then I was already hugely traumatized. I was hugely insecure. I was hugely depressed. I was hugely confused. I had no idea who I was and what I was doing here. I couldn't see meaning in life. It was just dreadful. And plus, I get this diagnosis, and of course, for me, was like, that's it. I mean, why am I fighting for? Why am I wanting to be here if everything feels and seems to go against me? Everything, since the moment I was born, it feels like I shouldn't be here, because everything feels so wrong. Everything is painful. Everything is it's a struggle. Everyone that I meet, at least when I was a child, it feels like they are against me. That nobody cares who I am and what am I doing here. They just want to shape me to their own advantage and benefit, regardless of my own feelings and emotions and thoughts. And I was like, why should I just play along their game if they don't even care to realize what it is that I am made of? And all that build up of emotions, and then creating self beliefs and insecurities and all that stuff made me a very angry, confused, addicted adult. So by the time I got the diagnosis of HIV, it was like, that's it, let's go. And I had a suicide attempt. Thank God I didn't. I mean, I didn't complete it. Or I didn't actually succeed. But that gave me the opportunity to begin to see how lucky in many aspects I am. And I began a process of self acceptance, self love, self healing, self understanding. It was like I needed to be everything that I demanded from adults when I was a child, and they didn't give me. I had to be everything that they weren't to me. I had to be the loving parent to myself. I had to be the understanding tutor, and I don't know, I had to be everything that I craved from others. I had to be that to myself. And in my journey, it took me 16 years to find peace and balance. However, I think that there are many shortcuts because I stayed many times in the what would you say, like the hamster wheel, going over and over and over the same situation, the same pain, the same limitations, and I couldn't come out of that vicious cycle. It was just so difficult. It was just unthink of. I couldn't come up with the right combination to actually break free from whatever reality of pain and chronic pain I was going through, like illness. I mean, I was just getting ill all the time. And if I didn't have the medication or the doctors or people to bring me back to a certain level of balance, I would have collapsed because I was totally ignorant of what could I do of done to heal myself, because I tried positive affirmations, I tried healing, I tried different remedies, I tried absolutely everything that they put out there, family constellations, all the healing techniques. I tried to go deep into my consciousness. I changed the way I thought. I began to open to different realms and began to see life from a very different lens. But I was still getting sick. And I was like, is, what is the true secret to healing? And that actually happened in the last 9 months. So it's not like I discovered it many years ago. It actually just kind of happened to me. And I just went through 9 months approximately of very difficult uh, breakdowns, where everything I thought I had overcome and healed suddenly was like, well, no. I was introduced to anxiety. I never thought that meditating and after doing everything that I had done, I could be a sufferer of anxiety. And this coming to that realization was a massive, like, like a aha moment, because I realized that it doesn't matter how much you believe you know. Actually, the more you believe you know how to fix yourself, the more you can enter into a process of inner conflict, because something comes up from your subconscious, a pain, an insecurity, thoughts, a trauma, and you experience all over again that what brings you down, that takes you to point zero, that makes you doubt yourself and doubt everything that you are doing, and doubt whatever focus you are putting into your expectations, and future. And when you get hit by that chronic pain and you get back to point zero, and you have to kind of open yourself to what new experience, what new piece of information is being offered to you. I believe that that's when we have to be very humble and very receptive of making sure that we are not just going around the same vicious cycle of feeling good and then feeling bad, feeling good and feeling bad, feeling good and feeling bad, because that's where chronic pain exists. That's why chronic pain just persists for so long. So how can we break this pattern? How can I have learned? How what did I learn in my journey to break this pattern and be able, for the first time in my life, be able to create some uh, change that is not just superficial, but that is backed up by science and analysis and tests, so that doctors can see physically in their way of testing, they can see that positive change is happening. So it's not only you thinking about it and, well, now I feel good, I feel good, I feel good, there is no pain, no pain, whoops, no, there's no pain, but actually be able to prove it to yourself and prove it to others. And this is what I have achieved. I'm in the process of achieving. I'm not going to say that I already achieved it, because I still have many steps to continue, mainly continue doing what I've been doing to be able to achieve the health and the strength and the clarity and the balance that I have for so many years craved and desire from the deepest part of my heart. So what did I do? What piece of information I found? And this is something so critical that shaped everything that I am. Simple as that. And that piece of information was seeing chronic pain as something positive in my life, something that was shaping my integrity, my focus and direction of my life. It didn't mean pain that was about to kill me, because it wasn't about to kill me. I mean, it was very painful, and many times I wanted to escape it at any cost, because it was just so difficult, so ridiculous, intense. And when you are at that level of intensity, sometimes it's overwhelming, and the only thing you want is out. And it's totally understandable. And I'm not against medication. Of course, when you need a break and you feel like it's time for you to relax and be able to sleep, I don't know, probably that's what you need to do. However, it cannot be the norm. It cannot be the fact that every single time that you feel pain, you avoid it, because then we don't learn about it. So what can we learn from pain? First of all, it's sitting with it. Sitting with it. You have to learn, you have to be able to sit with your pain without any uh, substance to mild it down or to shape it or to change it. And that, I mean, if you feel depressed, if you have lower back pain, if you have a pneumonia, if you have diarrhea, if you have a depression, whatever your chronic pain is, if even if you are fibromyalgic and every single muscle in your body uh, aches, you need to be able, we have to be able to sit with that pain and just be together, be in the presence of each other, and just that aspect. I don't know if you have ever done that. If you have a headache or you have a pain, and instead of wanting to push it away, you just sit down and observe it from the inside. And you probably will notice how the pain goes up a little bit at the beginning, like the intensity, because you are focused on it 100%. It might go up a little bit the way you are experiencing that pain. However, as soon as you are so, uh, when you give yourself to that moment, the pain begins to disappear. It's like when you say a word constantly, like you say, give, 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 for example, and after you're saying it so many times, suddenly it loses its meaning. I don't know if you have ever experienced that. I have experienced it many times because I've done repetitions and affirmations constantly. So I have experienced how when you repeat something many, many times, somehow it kind of loses its meaning. Is because you begin to experience it in a very different way. And that's why things lose their meaning when you are so focused and totally absorbed by it, because you see it from different angles and you are kind of multifaceted and you allow yourself to integrate with it. And suddenly when you integrate with the pain and you are one with the pain, well, suddenly it's a very different experience. I What I have experienced in that process is that pain somehow even disappears. And I used to use a lot of that experience, that technique, when I used to go to the dentist. I remember for me, going to the dentist was one of the most difficult and painful experiences of my life. And I remember, even from very early age in my life, I used to go to the dentist and I was in pain because they were, I mean, back then there wasn't that much techniques to keep the pain away. So they probably, I mean, I would have the injection and the anesthetic, but still you could feel the pain. I mean, they were extracting eight uh, tooth from my mouth, and I always don't remember one very painful. But I remember in that moment of pain, very intense pain, when you cannot move because obviously you have the doctor in your mouth. Uh, I would ask, what is pain? What am I feeling? Okay, it's hurting a lot and it's painful. But if I question what I'm feeling, and I did question it. What is pain? I remember perfectly. What is pain? What am I feeling? And the moment I began to question it, what I was feeling, instead of just running away from it, it began to have a very different level of expressing itself. It was like the pain, although it might have been still there, I was experiencing it in a very different way. And that was very kind of unique. And I brought that technique with me for moments when things were really, really, really bad. It was like, suddenly, what am I feeling? And instead of trying to run away from it, I would sit with it and observe. And later in life, especially recently, I began to communicate with my pain. And that's another thing. We have to get to the point when we can communicate with the pain. When we realize that it's not a dead uh, point in our experience. It's not like you're talking to the wall. Sorry. It's not like you are talking to a dead thing. Actually, pain is pretty much alive. It's part of you. And what I've experienced is that if you sit with your pain and you observe what it is, and you begin to integrate with it, and you start asking the right questions, like, where do you come from? What are you doing here? how can I help this process? If I understand that you are not healing, Digo, you are not here to kill me, you must be here to heal me. So, how can I help the process of ascension, of me getting to know more about myself so I can actually make changes that serve the purpose of my existence on this planet in this lifetime? I mean, just help me, because right now the only thing that I'm feeling is pain, and the only thing that I want is out. So, pain, hello, my name is Eduardo Everett, and I'm here to listen to you. So, talk to me. And the pain, talk to me. And the pain began to actually giving me information. Well, look into your inner thoughts, look into your limiting beliefs. Why are you so insecure? Why are you so afraid? Why are you so uh, so trapped in your own limitations? What it is that you think about yourself? What is your concept about people outside? What do you think about your past? How does your past relate to you? It is something that is painful and it shouldn't have happened. And if you could have a magic wand, would you change it to a beautiful, wonderful experience instead of all the pain and abuse that you went through? I mean, that is the thing, because as the pain right now, the chronic pain that we are experiencing, it's here to help us in the same way, absolutely in the same way, was the pain or the trauma that came to our lives when that happened. So, if you, like me, had an experience of sexual abuse or physical abuse or a very traumatic process in your life where you were neglected, you were, I don't know, any of the possible situations or scenarios that created a trauma in your life, that was the beginning of so much pain that built up within yourself to the point where that began to express or manifest to the physical level. If you are one of those people like me, what I had to do was going back and realizing how perfect the universe is, how much I learned from that situation, from that pain, from that trauma in my life, and be able to change it, accept it, and come to the point to loving it. And that is where I am arriving to all this. Be able to love your pain. If you cannot love your pain, and I'm not talking about, yes, I love you, but leave me. if you are actually, if you are actually transitioning and elevating your thinking, your energy, and finding balance, and realize that this universe can doesn't make mistakes, that you are here for a reason, and a very important reason, at least to yourself, because you are here to be you in the best way possible, in the best way to communicate yourself, in the best way to express yourself, and just be yourself. And to be honest, it's like right now, these all these words that are coming out of me, all this energy, all this clarity, all this kind of, it's like I had it planned, but I didn't. It's coming out all by itself, and it feels grounded. It feels beautiful. It feels like harmony. It feels aligned. It feels guided. It feels that I am part of this universe. That's how it feels right now. And you know something, this is what I'm feeling right now. I truly, truly, truly would love for you to experience something like this, because when we are in chronic pain, what the last thing that we feel is connection, alignment, peace, balance. I mean, we are in chaos, we are in pain, we are in crisis, we just want out. So come to a point when you can begin to love your pain as if it were your child or your partner or even your God. That much. When you are in total surrender of that what you're feeling, and you can see the greatness of it, and observe how much change it has created in you, that has brought so much strength, so much connection with yourself, so much connection with the universe, so much faith and understanding and harmony. Even though at this point might not feel like that, that's where you are aiming. And if you are constantly rejecting the process in which you signed yourself for, to elevate and to find who and what you truly are, well, no wonder we end up in this vicious cycle of feeling trapped, feeling like we are not going anywhere. And I know that this process is difficult, because loving your pain is as if I'm asking you to be able to breathe underwater. I mean, that difficult is. I know, I know. And believe me, I wouldn't be saying this if I hadn't experienced this, and I had experienced the transition that happens, very mystical, as my mother says, giving you that immediate, instant healing. Pain simply disappears. Boom. And in my case, that pain was connected to anxiety, diarrhea, and pneumonia, which the three of them were connected to the diagnosis of being HIV positive, for which I don't medicate and I don't take anything but my own healing. So, to arrive to the point of be above self doubt, had come a to a point, we came to from the point of being able to love every single part of you, loving yourself beyond anything that you've done before, that you are capable of loving every aspect of you, the difficult ones, the painful ones, the ones you judge as ugly, that the parts of you that you judge as painful and difficult, and everything that you reject about yourself, begin to embrace it and love in it. It's difficult and it takes practice, but it's like falling in love. When you are ready, you will experience it. However, the process of letting go what is not truly you, what is not serving you in your process, you can start it right away. And that's what we're going to be doing today, because I am here to share with you a meditation, a process called Tapilini. And I here put powered by More Yoga Wellness TV, because they are they are sponsoring this segment. And I'm very grateful and very thankful that we can do this. But this process of letting go everything that is not serving your process anymore, like codependency, like attachment to drama, like believing that you are the victim on this lifetime, thinking that your past was a horrible, horrible, horrible state in your life and you wish it hadn't been that way. If you had an illness or a disease or anything like that, well, all that stuff that it just hangs over your shoulders like a horrible curse. All those things that you believe are pushing you down are just beliefs that you are pushing you down, even if it's chronic pain and you're in terrible, terrible pain because you cannot breathe or you cannot, or just the pain is physical pain is it's unbearable. Even then, even then, we can begin to make peace with ourselves. And for that, we need to release a lot of beliefs that are not longer serving you. And for that, we can use Tapilini. Tapilini is a wonderful combination of different techniques that allows you to not only let go of that you no longer need, but also opens the channels for you to attract what you most need right now in your life. So these two tools that we use in Tapilini, we put them together and we create this practice. The first technique that I would like to share with you, to talk to you about, it's the tapping technique. It's a very simple technique that works by tapping specific points in your body, in your head, in your face, in your chest. And we continue the process over and over and over and over again. Now, what this tapping does? This tapping works directly, and listen to me, directly with the fight, flight, and freeze response of the nervous system, which is the response of the nervous system that gets triggered every time that we are in intense pain, or that we are in a moment of crisis, or we feel that we are in danger. And what more in danger you cannot feel when you are in pain? If you are in pain, you feel in danger. And that is the response that gets triggered. Because one, you can get very angry. You can get really angry with yourself. You can get really nasty with yourself. You can get really nasty with the pain. You might want to get rid of it at all cost. You might talk really bad about it. Really bad. You can say, "Oh, this pain, I cannot deal with it anymore. It's so painful. It's destroying my life and it's destroying everything that I am. And I can't live with it." You can get to that point. I have gotten to that point. I know how it is when you get to that point. Or you try to escape it. Oh, that's good. You get into the big drugs, either legal or illegal, and you just want to escape the reality. You want to put yourself in another level and let's go. I don't want to be here. The only thing is out, 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 and give me anything, everything to get rid of this experience and this pain. And the other one could be the freeze response, when you have no idea what to do and you don't move forward and backwards, and that can be very depressing. That's when you go down, 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 and then you stop having a meaning for life. You stop having that connection with people. You stop being you at every level. And that, all those triggers of the nervous system get, um, we work with them with this tapping technique. And I always mention how powerful this technique is by comparing it with what other kind of people do. Veterans of war, people who go to war, and now there is a lot of war, and you see the images in the television and the news. You see how horrible, how truly disgusting is to be in the line of fire, where you either have to kill in order not to be killed. You have to lose all your humanity. You have to detach from everything that is natural to be able to survive. And people that have been there and come back and want to work with all the trauma created, they work a lot with tapping to work specifically with PTSD. So imagine if people at those levels can feel release and healing by using the tapping technique, imagine what mere humans can achieve, like us, people who have just been hugely abused in their childhood or raped or traumatized. I mean, imagine what can do for us. So this is one of the interesting, most powerful techniques. And I invite you right now, I didn't say this at the beginning, I should have said it, but if you feel in crisis, I invite you to begin to tap. Just begin to tap, begin to feel it, begin the connection with yourself, begin to breathe, because that's the other one, the other technique, breathing. When we are in stress, when we are in crisis, we tend to breathe very shallowly. Oh, the stress, the stress, the stress. Oh my God, my God, my God. How can I deal with this? Oh, this pain, this pain, this pain, this pain, this pain, this pain, this pain. I can't, I can't. Have you ever had an anxiety attack? A panic attack? How do you breathe when you are in a panic attack? Have you not? I have. So, what do we need to do? Reverse, switch to the opposite extreme. We're gonna go long and deep. Very slow, very deep, connecting with yourself, letting go of that need to suffer, letting go of the need of punishing yourself, letting go of the guilt and the shame for feeling the way you're feeling, all the anger, frustration, all that confusion and darkness. Just let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go, because you don't need it anymore. Period. It's time for you to free yourself, and you can start the process even if you don't believe it. Even if you don't believe it, you can start feeling it. And as you feel it, you will begin to believe it. So don't expect that you need to believe it before feeling it. You can first feel it, and then your beliefs will change. And once you are ready in that process of letting go, because you have sat yourself with your pain and you are feeling it, and it's beginning to communicate how much it hurts and how much you have lost because of the pain, and how difficult it is to live every single day with that reminder in your life. And you have realized all the things that you have lost, but also all the things that you have gained. And because you are sitting with your pain and you have allowed the communication to begin, now and you are connecting with your breathing, now you're ready to the next level of consciousness. You are ready to bring a new frequency, a new vibration of consciousness that connects directly with your higher superconscious. You know what your superconscious is? If you know what your superconscious is, put it in the comment section, because that superconscious. Let me see if I get any answers. If you think whatever you think about the superconscious is, that's right. Yes, yes, is your higher self. Yes, but what is the job of the higher self? What would you think is the job of the higher self? Why do we have a higher self in the first in the first hand? I mean, why do we need a higher self, and why are not at that level? Why do we have in the lower self? Why do we have to be there? So what I have studied and understood in my process, if anyone differs with me, please put it in the chat room, and we talk about it. But what it is that it is a part of you that knows everything about you, and it knows where you are and where you're going and where you come from, and it has the perspective from outside yourself that can see everything that is you in a higher and wider perspective. So it can see the pain. You're not inside the pain, but outside the pain, and you can see this pain, what kind of transformation can bring to you. So that's why imagine that you can actually connect to that part of you. We can do it through meditation, in silent meditation, like a Buddhist meditation, and just breathe, and that's beautiful and it's amazing. And I practice it as much as I can because I love it. However, there is a powerful, very manifesting, uh, how can I call it? It's just like very masculine, doing, go for it kind of energy, which is the Kundalini energy. Actually, it's both, it's masculine and feminine. However, it's go and get it. And this Kundalini meditation and this Kundalini mantra and this Kundalini energy, what it works with, it's vibration, it's your word, it's your frequency. You have a frequency. You want to know what your frequency is? Just take a deep breath in and go deep into your own. When you feel that everything is vibrating. And if you only say you feel the vibration in your chest, you can feel the vibration in your neck, you can feel the vibration in your face. Maybe you can even feel the vibration there is. You have your own tone. You have your own tone and you have your own frequency. I'm vibrating at one level, at one frequency, which is my frequency. It's not better or worse than yours. It's just different. It's like a musical note. If we combine our frequencies and vibrations and sound, we might find harmony if we are in the same wavelength. If we are not in the same wavelength, you might think, "Oh, this guy is crazy," or "This thing is pure BS." I mean, it does not make any sense. But if it's making any sense to you, it means that we are somehow in the same wavelength. And as we are working with the same wavelength, we can begin to create harmonies. And these harmonies create a new experience. It's like a song. If you create a song that is romantic and beautiful, well, you inspire yourself, But if you want to create something that is conquering and powerful, well, you might feel totally motivated to create changes. Or the opposite, if you want to create something that is sad and blues, well, you might want to go deep into yourself, like, oh, that's a very kind of going in and down and deep kind of sound. So, putting these three together, this tapping, breathing long and deep, and the Kundalini mantra that we use in Tapelini, which is Guru Guru, Vahe Guru, Guru Ramdas Guru. And I know it sounds like a tongue twister at the beginning, like a Guru Guru, Vahe Guru, Guru Ramdas Guru. What? Especially when I'm telling you that we repeat this mantra 5 times in one breath, which sounds pretty much like this. Guru Guru Vahe Guru Guru Ramdas Guru 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 Vahe Guru Guru Ramdas Guru, and then you take a deep breath in and repeat it again. Now we have 9 minutes, more than enough. I've spoken way too much, but I'm loving it. and I said before this transmission, I connected myself, and I asked for the guidance to say the right thing for the right in the right time for the right people who are listening. And this message came a little bit longer, but it truly came from the heart, and I know that you can do this. So let's practice very quickly, not quickly, but in short time, just a little bit of Tapilini. So please, if you want to join me, not think about your pain, connect with your pain. Connect with your pain, whatever your pain is, whatever name your pain has, and whatever intensity your pain feels, connect with your pain. And as you're connecting with your pain, begin to tap. And I'll invite you to tap on the karate point, or even you can tap where your pain feels. If you feel that your pain is in the heart, if you feel that your pain is in the lower back, you can go to the lower back or to the front. If you feel that your pain is everywhere, you can probably tap here, so you can shower yourself with a tapping feeling. Choose a tapping point. Choose the connection with your pain. And once you're connecting with your pain, please close your eyes and begin to breathe long and deep. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, very, very long, very, very deep. Empty your lungs completely before you take a new breath in. Empty your lungs, bring your belly button in, and once you have nothing, no air inside, then you take a breath. And you fill up every single corner of your lungs, the lower lungs, the middle lungs, and the upper lungs. You hold it for a few seconds. Connect with your pain. Visualize your pain. Don't try to change it. We are not judging the pain right now. It's simply observation. Connect as if it were a difficult child that's been making noise all this time. Just connect with the pain. Feel it. You can change different points, or you can stay wherever you are. Just stay there and connect with your pain. Talk to your pain. How are you? Where you come from? How can I help you? Thank you. I don't know if you are at the level of thank you, but if you don't want to say thank you, you can at least say hello. Yes. Hey, I'm here. I'm ready to listen. Talk to me. Talk to me. Why are you so painful? What is the lesson I have to learn? Come on. Talk to me. This might be the very first time that you are opening these communication channels, and that's fine. And if you feel like crying, cry, because I can feel the emotion just popping in. I'm connecting with you. I know it hurts, and I know it's been very painful for a very long time. So be kind with yourself, be kind with your pain. It's okay. It's okay. All this, it's okay. You can do this. You wouldn't be having this experience if you weren't strong enough to deal with it. So give yourself that hug, that recognize yourself in this process, and know that your pain, it's tailored to your experience. Nothing is wrong about you, not even that pain. Little by little, you will begin to understand, to listen, and to learn from each other. You will grow stronger, and you will believe in yourself, that you will believe that this universe is perfect, and it has given you exactly what you need to find exactly who you are and what you are doing here. Just keep tapping. Keep breathing very deep, please. Very deep. Empty your lungs and fill up your lungs every single time. Go deep when you breathe in. Send that energy into the pain. Even if it's in your skin and it's everywhere. See yourself bathe in that breath. Connect and feel the goosebumps, because once you connect with that part of you, you become divine. You elevate yourself. You are finally, you are finally touching the best part of you, the most beautiful, the most enlightened, the most healthy, loving, compassionate, and perfect. This is what you are really made of. Being able to switch your emotions, learn from yourself, and become exactly what you are meant to become. Keep breathing, keep connecting with your pain. I'm going to repeat the mantra just a few times. Guru Guru Vahe Guru Guru Ramdas Guru 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 Vahe Guru Guru Ramdas Guru. Inhale deep. Hold your breath in. Allow whatever resonates with your journey to be part of your essence, of your understanding, and everything that didn't resonate with you, just simply let it go. Breathe out, breathe in, and hopefully you just had a mystical experience in communication and in love, gratitude, compassion with your own pain. I would love to hear from you. I would love to listen to whatever troubles you, or if you feel stuck anywhere in the process of your self healing, and how to listen to your chronic pain. Please let me know. I am open to all the comments. You can please visit also my website www.tapilini.com, where you can find a lot more information about this mantra. You can also find the full mantra, which is about 25 minutes. There are videos on the website. You can begin to enter this process yourself as gently and easy as you want. And I would love to hear from you, because all this communication, like with your pain, it's double-sided. So it comes from you to me and from me to you. And I hope that you enjoyed this presentation. I hope that you will begin to talk more with your pain and create beautiful change in your life. Until then, thank you so much. God bless you. God bless your pain. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be here with you. Thank you, More Yoga Wellness TV. Thank you, More Yoga Wellness TV. And I will see you next week, 7 o'clock London time, 1 o'clock in America, 8 o'clock in Europe, and I think it's 2 o'clock in New York. Thank you so much. God bless you. Namaste. Satnam. Hasta la próxima. Chao.